Hello, everybody. How's it going out there in YouTube land? Early stream today because we're going to be watching the behavior live stream about Springtrap. And I am expecting the PTB to go live. Usually on this stream, I would expect at the end of the live stream they'll go, and now it's live on the PTB, and then I will update the game and jump on the PTB when that happens. Are you all excited? Hello, short person. Hi, Luna. Hi, Alvin. Hi, Carter. Hi, Aspen. I don't know. He disappeared, Carter. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's on vacation or, he got... Maybe he got put in jail. Maybe he got a DWI. I don't know what happened to him. Hello, Neo. I am so excited. Please don't have a stupid power. Please don't have a dumb... Chant it with me. Please don't have a bad power. Please don't have a bad power. That's one of the speculations, Neo. So I could give you some ideas that I have thrown out in the past. I could see him having illusions similar to the Doctor. In FNAF 3, there's these illusions, you see kind of illusions pop up, right? So I could see him having some kind of Doctor thing. I could see him having vents to travel across the map, similar to the Xenomorph. I can see him being a stealth killer. I would expect him to be stealth. Maybe kind of like a Mikey or a Ghostface. What other things could he be or could he do? That's kind of what I would expect. Vents, illusions, stealth. I would expect him to be very right? Because FNAF is all about jump scares, right? So I'd expect him to have some kind of Mikey power, like you're sitting there and then, oh! Springtrap, right? The camera thing. Here's what I think. If the cameras spawn on every map that he's on, then my guess would be he's stealth, and the cameras are like how you counter him. That's what I would expect. If the cameras are a Springtrap thing that spawn on every map, and it's not just a pizzeria thing, then I would expect it to be like, maybe it's how you knock him out of stealth or something to that effect. Because in the game you use the cameras against the animatronics, right? It's not the animatronics use the cameras on you. You use them against the animatronic. So if that's a thing, that's what I would expect. Like, maybe that's how you knock him out of stealth, or how you counter his ability. Oh, they got the music's on now. Starting soon. Okay, well, we can full screen it then. Well, see, I mean, from a artistic standpoint, and from I think he would set out the parameters, but how the things are implemented, I don't think he plays Dead by Daylight, so, probably one of the other curious things are, what are his powers gonna be? What are, not powers, but, what are his perks gonna be? Hello, Garf. What do all of you think? Any of you have any thoughts, speculations, ideas? So yeah, my prediction are illusions, vents to travel. He's some kind of stealth killer. He's gonna... that's what I would do. If I was making Springtrap, that's what I'd do. He'd have some kind of Mikey-type mechanic. You know how Mikey scares the shit out of you, you're sitting there, oh shit. Because, right, Springtrap is, FNAF is all about jump scares. Sabo perk, slow down. He does slow down. Yeah, you know, well, here's something. In the games, he can mess up your electronics, right? So I could see there being some kind of anti-item perk. Yeah. Like, maybe your flashlights won't work, or something, some kind of Franklin's type of thing, right? There's already perks that, like, drain your items, but maybe he has something similar, some kind of anti-item perk. Because, you know, in FNAF 3, you know, you're messing with the, like, all the electronic stuff in the office, and it'll quit working, and then you gotta fix it and get it working again. You know, well, so, Behavior's usual manifesto, their modus operandi, is they usually make the killer too strong at first in order to get people to buy it. And then they nerf it. Vecna, the Ghoul, etc. Like, I think they intentionally make the stuff strong and then they nerf it later. Chucky. If the killer comes out and he sucks, nobody wants to buy it. It's like, oh, he sucks. His perks suck. I ain't buying that. Yeah, the rug pull. Will we see a behavior rug pull? My hope is that he's A tier. If he's S tier, he'll get nerfed into the ground eventually. So please be A. I'm hoping for A tier and not S. Not S, not B. I want a A tier killer. Because only the Nurse and Blight are allowed to be S tier. I don't know why. I don't know. Only Nurse and Blight are allowed to be OP. I'm not sure why. Yes, I see your messages. I will probably jump back on later tonight to do more PTB. We're gonna do some PTB on this stream, and I'll probably jump back on tonight for more PTB. I have to go to the gym at some point. I would normally be getting ready to go to the gym right now, but, you know, Behavior's got this weird 10 a.m. Central Time thing going on here lately. They used to not do these kind of streams so early. I'm not sure why they are now. Hello, Cerberus. B for Bonnie. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Legion skin, a Foxy Legion skin. If I was in charge, that's what I'd be doing. I would license Foxy and make him a Legion skin. Because Legion runs fast, Foxy runs fast, right? It would fit to see Foxy running fast all around the map, stabbing people. Whether or not that'll happen, I don't know. That's what I would do, though. That's one of the other questions, is, are they gonna do other animatronics as skins in general? And will they do it on Springtrap himself? Will all of Springtrap's skins all be versions of Springtrap? Or are we gonna see, like, Freddy and Bonnie and stuff as skins for Springtrap? If they do, they'll make a lot of money, right? If they do all the different animatronics as skins, they are gonna pull in so much money. Truckloads of money. Behavior and Scott are gonna be rolling in money. That's what I think. Because everybody has their favorites. The puppet? Yeah, they could do the puppet on something, maybe. Yeah, Sadako, maybe? Yeah, ghosts. They're both kind of ghost floaty. They float around, maybe. Dinero. What time is it? 9:59? They'll probably come on here soon. They usually do this screen for about 10 minutes. So they'll probably be on here soon. Springtrap has been announced for like 6 months, Trillo. Tonight we're learning what powers, we're gonna learn out what powers Springtrap has, what perks Springtrap has. He should be on the PTB today. Typically that's what they'll do. After this stream, he'll probably be on the PTB, and if that's the case, then I will be updating Dead by Daylight for the PTB, and we'll play on the PTB. Oh yeah, if it's bad. So here's the thing. I think if they do Springtrap right, they're gonna have a huge influx of players. If they do Springtrap bad, a lot of people are gonna say, I'm done. Goodbye, DBD. This is probably the biggest license they've ever had, I think. Because a lot of the killers are kind of like, I don't know what you call it, cult favorites. Like Ash from Evil Dead. I love Ash. I love Bruce Campbell. But honestly, it's a very, like, a cult classic kind of movies, right? They don't have the mass appeal that, like, Five Nights at Freddy's does. You have to be on PC. And in Steam, it's... Do you know how to pick a beta in Steam? It's how you pick beta versions of the game. The movie one looks dumb to me. The movie one looks dumb. So, and we haven't got a full-on picture of the normal Springtrap. They showed what the movie one was in detail, but I haven't seen a picture that shows exactly what his base skin is going to look like. They showed more about the movie skin than they did about the base skin, so... It better be the FNAF 3 skin, and it better look similar to FNAF 3. That's what I think. Uh-oh, here we go.
We're here.
We're back.
We're back. We're
back.
Here. We're live in Montreal. We're live in our studio, in our brand new studio. In the studio.
New
I'm
studio.
going to try and get out of the
We're
way a bit.
back.
Look at that palette.
That is a palette. That is also a coffee table.
It's got coasters.
Oh,
You
a
know,
palette,
you recognize
a
this,
palette
but
coffee
also
table.
Not a picture frame. That is actually a video screen. We're not going to make use of it today because we literally just got it installed. Streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun with a lot of these.
Well, Scott is a video game developer. I would hope he knows a little bit about
in our
DVD.
own studio in Montreal, so we can do more stuff here, including videos that you do all the time, interviews, whatever. So yes, hello,
too
welcome.
quiet?
There are
All right.
a lot of you out there.
Well-
Thank you for joining us. This is actually our second live stream of the month of May. Earlier, we were at PAX East in Boston, where also a bunch of people showed up in person, which was an incredible
how's that?
delight to meet so many people I only knew as online names, and to ham it up in front of a live audience was pretty fun. So we just wanted to say thank you for that. That was our first big live event in a long time, and y'all showed up. So hopefully that means we can do more. And the only negative of that event, we were not joined by Dork
Yes.
due to visa issues.
The downside of that event is they didn't
really
show us
sad to be watching from
anything
the
about his
sidelines,
powers
but
or anything.
The hype in that room was electric. So, like, even being at home, but just rooting you guys, that was just amazing. So I truly hope that maybe in the future I'll be able to meet you guys in person. But for now, let's get into today's live stream, which we're talking about part 2 of our anniversary live stream with the Dead by Daylight Five Nights at Freddy's official live stream.
I would be
And
surprised
today,
if Scott shows
especially
up,
at
but I
PAX,
would
you
like
guys
to
got a
see him
little
show up.
taste
I
about
doubt
what
he
was
does,
coming with this
but it would be
chapter,
cool if
now
he did.
We're going to be talking about the map, the new gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right around the corner.
we just gave him an
I hope
app,
it's not
now they're
another
getting the
masquerade.
full pizza.
Yeah, the new full pizza.
It'll
So
probably
if
be
you
another
are
masquerade.
new
I
to
don't
Dead by
want it
Daylight,
to,
which I
but-
suspect some of you are. There are a lot of people here. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hello, camera 2. If you're new to Dead by Daylight, I just want to quickly explain what's going on today. We're doing our stream, obviously, and generally we try to do these when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, public test
All right, it just confirmed
battle.
PTB
Flipping notes.
today.
What it is a test tool for us on the development team. Truly, it's a chance for us to get the build out early, find some rough edges, anything that might not be working, and get it up to gear, up to snuff for the full release, which is coming on June 17th. So I just wanted to set the stage for you in case you didn't know what PTB is, because we'll mention it a few times. But that is planned
And
to
I just
go
checked, it's
live
not
as
live
soon as
right
we
now.
wrap up
It'll
the
probably
show
be at
here
the
today
end of
if
the
we time it
stream.
perfectly. So stay tuned. All right, so Five Nights at Freddy's is our most requested chapter of all time. You have wanted this for a long time. FNAF fans have wanted it for a long time. DVD fans have wanted it for a long time. I have wanted it for a long time. Now it's actually happening. So let's not delay any longer. We'll show you what's coming in the show today with the run of show. So we're going to kick things off with a segment that you've been waiting for.
The final
Five Nights at
masquerade.
Freddy's
It is a
gameplay,
masquerade.
playing as Springtrap. And helping us out, we're going to have Jason Guzzo back with us to talk about Springtrap's gameplay, but also the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map.
Yes, and then next I'll be joined on the couch with Justin Banks, who's going to break down this year's anniversary event.
Yeah, thank God.
And show us
I was getting
everything
tired
that'll
of
be
the
happening
masquerade.
for this last Twisted Masquerade. Then we'll have a new face on the couch, which is going to be Hollis from the product team, who's going to be running through the latest collections that'll be rolling into the fog here in a couple of months. And then after that, Eric and I will be back on the couch to talk about the Dead by
Hi,
Daylight
Leon.
Creator Program, which I know a
Hi,
lot
Raina.
of our content creators
Hi,
out
Bob.
there are at the edge of their seats waiting to hear news about, so stay tuned.
No
And
problem,
we also
Carter.
have another thing to share with you that is new.
Hi, Dreamer.
Maybe you saw it in your news yesterday in the game. Little spoiler.
Just saying hi to
We're going to be
everybody.
talking about the
sure
extremely
I didn't
cool
miss
new
anybody.
Dead by Daylight stats tracker that's coming up. We're going to be able to look at your in-game stats and progress as you play, which is really neat.
Yes, I cannot wait to see how many times I've died. After that, well, obviously, wouldn't be a Dead by Daylight live stream without having some Twitch drops. And we're going to have 3 amazing Twitch drops for players to go ahead and redeem on Twitch. So make sure you're looking at the Twitch chat or looking at the QR code to go ahead and make sure you're linking your behavior account so that you're not missing it. It starts today up until June 10th, but maybe
How about
Eric,
some
you wanna
YouTube
tell us what
drops?
we're
How
gonna
about
get?
that?
I do, although I
hell with
don't
Twitch.
know that it matches what's in the image. So we have 3 drops for you, but actually the first drop is a combo. You're going to get blood points as well as the smiling clown badge. Sorry, I don't. What I have written down versus what's in that image are not the same thing. So we're going to learn together what we get. Smiling clown badge, 200,000 blood points bundled together for watching 1 hour. A clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and a pin the tail on the Maurice charm for anyone who accumulates 6 hours of watch time. Oh, Maurice, how I miss thee.
I miss him. I have to do my little head pats at the map.
I know. I hope he returns to us soon.
Soon.
Before we dive in,
Did they remove
one
Maurice
last thing we did
again?
want to mention if you've been around for a few weeks. We're running a charity program at the moment, which I've been so psyched about, tied to Aurella's release. And it has already, well, it's finished, but it has over $200,000.
Oh my God.
And that's before the multiplier that we're still calculating right now. So thank you to everyone who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great cause, the Saint Justine Foundation here in Montreal, to help kids and their moms. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Why they keep
We'll
removing
announce the
Maurice?
final number when we have it from the numbers people, but it is well
I mean, I
over
thought it was. I don't know what they're talking about. I thought Maurice was back.
Okay.
Did they remove him
Without
again?
further ado, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, playing a Springtrap, and bring out our dear friend Jay Guzzo, the killer's designer.
Damn, that was loud. I'm turning it down. I'm going deaf over here. That wasn't me. That's them. That's them doing that, making it so damn loud. Hi, Commander. Is that gonna be his chase music or something? obviously don't have a Stream Deck Plus like I do to adjust it. Alright, I turned it down. We might have to turn it back up after they get into it. Yeah. Is it Army of Darkness?
Whoa.
Yeah, and now the sound's back down.
But we're live.
They just wanted to blast our ears out, I guess.
Okay.
I'm turning it back up.
Jay. Hi. So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, for DBD fans, for myself, maybe you, and you know, people are speculating, who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, et cetera, et cetera? We answered those things in a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago.
That's why having a Stream Deck Plus is so beneficial. I just reach over and turn the knob.
Play as Springtrap instead of be terrorized by Springtrap. Well, if you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized. And also, we'll be bringing a new map. So Jay has come here to join us. And if you have watched streams before, you would know Jay from such hits as Chucky and also Dracula. Jay is the killer designer on both of those, as well as Springtrap. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm also excited for you to be here.
So he did Chucky.
So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, you worked on some pretty iconic.
So he'll start out strong and get nerfed.
So when you were assigned Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
It was really interesting. I didn't have a lot of experience with it. Excuse me, my throats are a little dry today. I was obviously aware of it. I mean, everybody is. It's become so iconic in such a short period of time. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Oh yes, despite how cute it is, very horrifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial common ground DBD fans and FNAF fans will have. Deep lore on both games, much more than you'd expect. And once you dig in, it's really cool stuff, and it goes, like you said, it goes places.
Yeah.
So I guess the way you mentioned it, sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah, for sure. You know, one of my favorite things about doing licenses like this is they give me an excuse, I guess.
One question I have is, what weapon is he going to have?
One specific franchise
or
IP.
will he even have one?
And that's always amazing. You know, Chucky, I got to watch all the movies.
I don't know any lore. Is there any lore involving a weapon that Springtrap would use?
My main thing was YouTube and Twitch. Watching streams, I watched 60 to 70 hours of content of some of the more popular streamers.
He's used a knife.
I guess we can say.
I always see an axe, but I don't know what the origin of the axe is.
You know, not just
if there's any lore basis for
games
that
and how
axe.
they played, but also the players, how they react, the community, how they react, what kind of getting the inspiration for the experience of FNAF and Five Nights at Freddy's. Excuse me.
And I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view. You wanted to understand the community. You wanted to understand the players, make them feel as welcome in DBD as possible.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Please
no,
don't
be doing
be
this
rude.
a lot. It's just quicker to use acronyms. So I think that's a great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me. Was, like I said, just how passionate
Pizza
the community is. They're, like you said, they're very. It's
that
very
would be
similar to
hilarious
in that respect of like very
Wouldn't
passionate
be
fans,
exactly
and very
scary.
passionate community. People who kind of they watch the trailers and they watch
He
gameplay.
set the children's souls free with an axe. Are you talking about where he,
I imagine there's at least
in that little mini game where he smashes the other, where he smashes the animatronics?
Yes, which Jay, you're kind of famous for with Dracula. Hand drew some meme-worthy art.
In that one mini game, he smashes the
but yeah, they're probably
animatronics
picking
up.
apart
I don't know what he
our
used to smash
outfits
them,
as
though.
we speak. Like, what does it mean? What is it? I just wanted people to see my cool new mint-colored shoes. That's all.
I just wanted people to see. I don't know if I can show it. My daughter bought me Freddy Fazbear socks for Christmas.
Got Freddy on the feet. Likewise, my son gave me his Freddy plush for good luck today. So we are loving it over here. So before we jump into the gameplay, why don't you tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah, it was a really interesting one because obviously, if you know both games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed. Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not
killed.
a good strategy.
It's not a great idea. So it really became about kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, the battery power, all those amazing jump scares,
Yes.
and just kind of figuring out how to adapt that into the context of DBD.
Perfect. So with that transition, let's get into Springtrap specifically and his gameplay.
Yeah. So one of the goals for Springtrap was to figure out how to lean into those jump scares, which are kind of the thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's games, right?
Same thing I said. So he should be stealth.
Without making him just a straight up stealth killer, which was something we wanted to avoid.
They don't want him to be a straight up
So I
stealth
had this
killer,
idea
huh?
of doing something that we'd never really tried before, where we focus Springtrap kind of as a grab-based killer, because we have grabs in DBD.
Knife, he has a
They
knife.
are inherently jump scares into themselves. It's right there. So we just kind of leaned into that and gave him more of those opportunities.
There he is right there on screen.
there
by the
he
way.
is, yeah.
I think we even have another one of him doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we gave him a pretty unique projectile, which is really cool. So
Ooh, he has a
Springtrap two weapons.
projectile.
I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and a heavy fire axe as his power.
Ooh, the fire.
Ooh, he has an axe and a knife.
So let's talk about the axe.
Ooh,
How
he
do
can
you
throw
use the axe? How's
axes?
it different from
Is that
the
what they're saying?
projectiles that other characters in Dead by Daylight use?
Yeah, so
He's
it's
gonna have a
very
bit of
unique-
Huntress?
It's not gonna play like any other projectile killer that you've tried before. We wanted to do something a little bit interesting with it. So if you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate,
You can throw it.
creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time. If you hit a survivor with it, kind of gets lodged in their back while you're chasing.
Kind of have an axe lodged in your back.
Just a
No
little
big
bit.
deal.
So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor. As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself. If you get in close, you can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking
Oh,
them up.
so it sticks
Getting
to
close
them.
to a survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. You get a
Oh,
cool
so
little
he doesn't
jump
reload, he
scare,
just picks
and then
it
you're
back
carrying them
up.
on your shoulder. A couple of little notes. One
So
of
he
them
throws it
is,
and then he has to retrieve
while
it,
you have
whether
the
it's from
projectile
the
available,
ground or
you
from
move
the
at 4.4
survivor.
meters per second. There he is.
There's a little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the axe, you actually move at 4.6 meters per second. It's something that we've never really done base kit for a killer. It makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that you have to recall the axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map, because you can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually.
This could be really
So
interesting.
it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Oh, so when he
So that brings
doesn't
us to
have the
another,
axe, he
unique part of his
moves
gameplay,
quick.
And I think super iconic.
And then when he
to
picks
Five
the
Nights at
axe
Freddy's,
back up, he
security
slows down a
office.
bit.
So let's get into that.
Interesting.
So it was really important for us to give the killer
His
and the
speed is
survivor
based on whether or not
a
he
really kind of
currently has the
interesting shared
axe.
experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares. And some of the ways we came up with was to introduce a security office, which is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part
there
of his
will
power,
always be a security
but,
office.
It acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns. And these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Oh, they can teleport.
There
huh?
be a door.
There it is.
Through the doors.
And survivors can also use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras. On the bottom left, you'll see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see
this sounds
something
really
that
good
if it looks
so
safe
far.
on the other end, you press the button. your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, exactly. And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a few seconds, he'll be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor team.
And what about if, like, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use the doors in the security office, we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if a survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those two doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh.
Awesome.
The survivors can use the security office, but they got to be careful
in there like that
because he could get you in
really
there.
Gonna love it, including this. You mentioned the battery. Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit using the teleporter to move around the map, takes off a big old chunk in one shot, and then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So if the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around.
Oh,
do whatever he
dangerous.
wants.
Dangerous. Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes. So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing, with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away, they can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but
So
I don't want to be
he could trap you by using the axe, sort of. Like you're running to use the door, and he throws the axe and stops you from going through it.
Used again after the axe has been retrieved.
Cool. Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool. Okay. So speaking about moving around the map, which it sounds like we have a new exciting way to do that. One of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm. So what can you tell us about the map?
Yeah, so the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of research. And like, I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay, their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like Easter eggs and scares around the map. So it really pays off if you're kind of an exploratory player a little bit.
Amazing. So are there some areas that you want to shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of kind of the iconic areas from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with the full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade, which is it's all very kind of creepily decorated, like a birthday party. And we have areas like the kitchen and even the mechanical room, which is cool. And
we can see a little glimpse right there too.
Yeah. So altogether, this should kind of feel like I guess a formerly working pizzeria. And, you know, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making
you're
a
stuck.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super
What
fun.
about cosmetics? Tell us
And it
about
looks
cosmetics.
Really good too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without
cool.
having to hope that you get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join the game.
Yeah, and that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map. You'll have a unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect. Okay.
I like that.
How about some last tips
Yep.
for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique compared to other projectile killers. We've done something that really allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal playtest. It's been super fun. So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time.
Yes.
But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as
Thank you.
always, for joining us on the couch with your wonderful
Hi, Shimizu.
work and
Hi,
the fun
Shizu.
stuff that you've planted in there.
Hi, Commander.
Soon enough, people will get to play around with it. I know you're
Yeah.
going to be glued to your Twitch screen so you
Oh,
can watch
yes.
people play it and test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks to fill you in on DBD's anniversary event that's right around the corner.
Bye, everybody.
Let me check and see if they pushed it to the PTB yet. Nope, not on the PTB yet. I like what I hear. I like what they're saying about Springtrap. That sounds like I'll probably main Springtrap. We didn't get to hear what his perks were. I'm gonna turn that down. The music's kind of loud on their stream. Springtrap will have a knife and an axe. The knife will be his main weapon, and the axe is a projectile that he will throw. The projectile, when you throw it, you have to retrieve it. If you hit a killer, if you hit a survivor, it'll be stuck in the survivor. And if I get the impression if it hits a wall or something, it'll be stuck in the wall, and you have to go get it. He's slower when he has the axe. Once he throws the axe and he doesn't have it, he goes faster. And there's going to be security doors around the map that can be used to teleport. Survivors can only use the doors to teleport if they still have energy.
Okay, so oh my God, my throat. I died. But one of the best things for Dead by Daylight that makes me really excited around this time of year is that there's always something to celebrate. And this year is no different. Because not only are we welcoming in Five Nights at Freddy's to the Fog, but also our anniversary event is right around the corner. So what better way to party and welcome back the anniversary event and get ourselves nice and warm by the fire than with Justin Banks?
Thank you, Dork. I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. It's another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out
See
of
you
the
later,
locker,
Short.
and get ready to talk to you guys about what is happening for this year's masquerade.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to hear how we're going to be partying it up in this year's anniversary event.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on, and it's a special one.
I guess the
Because
axe also
as I think you saw by
creates
the
a,
title just before, after 4 years,
area
this
where
is
he
gonna be
can
our
see you
final
or something.
masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all of the
Triggers
gameplay,
killer
the cosmetics,
instinct, I
the
guess.
aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started. So our final masquerade event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to July 16th.
It's a
While
killer
we're
instinct.
We're sad to see it go. I mean, it was a really
It'll
fun
cause
theme
a
that we
killer
worked on
instinct in like
internally.
in a
We
sphere
had a gas
around
working
where
on
the
it
axe
every
landed.
single year. But we're going to close out with one last big hurrah before moving on to something completely brand new for our 10th anniversary next year. So I don't want to hype, I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now and we're going to have something really special for you.
I'm really excited to see what we come up with. But also when in terms of actual gameplay, when we're talking about the return of Twisted Masquerade, is it true that the team decided to work on fine-tuning what we've currently got instead of adding new things to the whole shebang?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen, all of you guys out there, I don't even know which camera I'm looking at, that one. All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we're pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's the game that, it's the game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to just improve your overall experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we've made the decision to focus a lot of our resources
The Witcher
on that
is
quality of
coming
life
in a couple
and
weeks.
less so on adding to new gameplay features for this final Twisted Masquerade event.
Okay, so
It's
in
like
terms of that, then what
the
can
first or
players
second
expect
week
to
of
see
June,
returning to the fall with this
the Witcher
Twisted
skins will
Masquerade?
be coming out.
So returning, well, I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year. So what we have coming back are the invitation powers that are super fun that you can collect as survivor or killer, and you'll have different powers to use their charges for as the match goes on. We are bringing back the bag of tricks that we introduced last year, which
we
creates
know that
a
Walking
random
Dead
effect
is
on the
coming.
match,
We don't know when.
that happens based on the progression of completing generators, accumulated with whatever hook stages are at, to really keep things dynamic, keep it moving. We're also bringing back Father Campbell's chapel, decorated, for the entire party, and it's still all the same decorations as last year, but we're saying the party's coming to an end over
dwindling
there.
down.
Yeah, and we'll even have a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's theming showing up in our anniversary lobby.
Okay, I love the fact that the lobby is going to be like a party in more ways than one. Plus all the returning content. I mean, what's
Gonna
not
be a
to love
pizza
there?
party.
I cannot wait to get my hands on my invitation.
Fazbear
just
pizza
to
party.
Cause ruckus. So when you're talking about the quality of life, though, are the players going to be able to experience that in the gameplay with Twisted Masquerade this year?
Absolutely. So when we were looking at how quality of life applies to, let's say, the game as a whole, we're saying, well, there are some elements of events that could work better for a better player experience. So while by and large everything from the event was really well received, we know people enjoy the invitation powers, the bag of tricks, etc. There was one big friction point from last year that we wanted to fix, which was the remote hook power for the invitations. So we've tweaked that a little bit just to apply some quality of life to this event itself, to make sure that as a killer is using it, it's no longer instant. You can't just look at a hook and bam, the survivor goes there.
Okay.
Now what will happen is the survivor has to look at a hook, they'll hold a button for a period of time, and then the survivor will be teleported. And it will also be obvious that the killer is doing this so the survivors have time for their counterplay to make them drop their partner. So we're really hoping that creates some more friendly gameplay, some less abusive elements, and just an overall much better party for everyone to play through.
It's going to be great. I'm really excited for that, yeah.
So in addition to that, last year we pulled back the curtain on our host of the anniversary that we've shown around in quite a few assets. We showed off last year in a lot of ways. Our darling Trix. So since this is the last masquerade, her presence is going to be a little less felt, so you won't hear her or see her as often. And then she'll just be, with the masquerade, fading away into the fog, you could say.
Oh, that's really sad that we're going to see her fading away, but I understand. At least we get to enjoy her while we still have her.
Yep.
So, with this being the last hurrah, what does this mean for the Twisted Masquerade rewards and outfits?
So this is probably one of my favorite parts to talk about, because when we see these concepts every year, it's amazing. These are so creative and fun to work on. So we wanted to use our final Twisted Masquerade as a way to catch up on all original characters who did not previously have a mask or outfit.
Okay.
So what you would see here is that we are adding masks for any survivors that are originals that did not previously have a mask. So we've got one for Vittorio, Jake, Tori, Sable, Claudette, and Orella.
That's a lot of masks.
And then on the killer side, we only had one that's missing a mask, so we have a mask for Houndmaster. And then what we have to supplement that to keep 6 collectible pieces per roll is 5 killer anniversary weapons that look amazing.
Oh, those
for that,
weapons
we've
do
got
look
one
pretty
for
cool.
Trapper, Nurse,
That's what
Huntress,
I'm
Doctor,
interested in
and
the
Spirit.
most.
I
those
cannot wait to get my
weapons.
hands on that spirit one.
Yeah, oh my god, they all look so damn good.
So good.
And we've not left out 2 other characters, because those are going to get the fully earnable outfits
Okay.
from the event. So we've got David King and the Wraith. So fully
the
decked
Wraith
out,
looks
ready
really
to celebrate
good.
the party. So with that,
Damn,
we
look
are
at that
catching
Wraith
up
outfit.
on
That's
all of our
awesome.
original
That
characters,
may be
making
that
sure
may
that
be the best Wraith
everyone is
outfit
able to
in the
dress
game.
for the party for our final
like that.
masquerade, which I think
If
is
I played
really
Wraith,
cool.
that's what I'd be
Super
using.
cool.
And one thing that we've started to do over the past few years is introduce what I'm calling guests to the party.
Okay.
So some licensed characters who are getting outfits. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so stay tuned for Hollis's section after, as he shows you who is guest starring at the party.
Okay. And hopefully they've rolled a nat 20 on style.
Oh, maybe a spoiler there.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about this, myself included. I'm very curious. So when it comes to the time-limited Twisted Masquerade collection and the items, what happens?
So, as we've done for events and event collections in the past, like this one, we have it only available during the period of the event, and then when the event happens again next year, all of the previous iterations come back in the store. Since this is the last masquerade, what we're doing is going to be a little different. We have to adapt, because we don't want these to fade away forever. So we are tentatively planning for these to come back in the store permanently at a certain point in the future, but I can't give specifics exactly when that is going to be.
Okay.
So when this masquerade ends, everything will disappear. And when we know when they are coming back, we are certainly going to be communicating on it. So players can be aware, and they know when they can come back and get any masks they missed, or if they joined us later, come
You
in
don't
and
like
pick
talking,
them up then.
Shizu?
That's going to be awesome, especially because like this time of year anniversary is like a huge thing for our community. So this is a huge win, I know. But also, aren't we doing something else to make this a little bit more special?
Absolutely. So I was talking about how we want to make sure all of our originals have masks or outfits to celebrate the party. But we want to make sure that all of our players have access to all of these originals too to celebrate with. So what we're doing is we're putting all
well,
of our
the
original
PTB will be
characters
live
on
at the
free
end,
trial
Jason.
for the
so
entire duration
it
of the
doesn't
event.
matter.
So
We'll be on the
if there
PTB
is
looking
a
at it.
survivor, a killer that you've not ever played before, you've been interested about, pick them up, play them in the normal queue, play them in the event queue, really go nuts. And then if you actually want to keep them, we're going to have some really sick sales going on. So, get them at a really nice price and keep celebrating with them.
Well, that's awesome, Justin. Thank you so much for giving us the full rundown on the anniversary event and the Twisted Masquerade. It's so sad to hear that it's going to be going soon, but we're going to keep it together.
It's going to go out with a bang.
At least we have that, right? At least we have that. All right, so next up, joining me on the couch is going to be a new face to the stream. So please join me in the chat with a warm welcome for Hollis, who's going to be giving us a full rundown on the latest collections that'll be rolling into the fog.
I wish they would show the Springtrap cosmetics. The fog? You have to know the lore of DBD to know what the fog is. They have a hard time with their music sound levels. I'm turning it down again. I like the way Springtrap sounds. I'll probably main Springtrap. I'll probably take him to P100.
Okay, it is upcoming collections time, and you know I love talking about collections, and here with me to talk about them is a new phase, our senior live specialist, operations specialist, Hollis, to give us the full rundown on everything that's going to be coming to the Dead by Daylight in-game store in the next couple of months. So welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
So Hollis, how about you go ahead and give us a rundown about your role real quick?
Yeah, so my day-to-day consists mostly of scheduling and setting things up for the in-game store. So stuff you would see like the collection banners, featured outfits, the bundles, weekly gifts, sales, stuff like that. I've also worked on a few of the collections you guys may have seen in the store. So Autumn Fashion, Chrysalis, Noir, Horrors from the Deep, and the Forgotten Myth collection. And on that note, speaking of content creation, I am sort of moving further in that direction as I'll be the person heading up charms and player cards going forward.
Okay. Speaking of player cards, that was actually one thing we missed to talk about in our last segment. I was just sitting down with Justin, where we're going to have badges and banners coming in as other things in the event. I'm super excited. But also, thank you for the Chrysalis collection. Oh my God, I'm a huge Chrysalis fan. But with all of that said, like I said, I just sat down with Justin and they gave us a full rundown about the Twisted Masquerade when it comes to in-game earnables, but what can you tell us about what's going to happen store side?
Yeah, so just mentioned we have some really cool exclusive event rewards. We also have some exclusive store rewards for Twisted Masquerade.
Okay.
This time around, we have some outfits for the Lich, Vecna, who's wearing his Masquerade Lich outfit, as well as Baemar.
I don't play
who's wearing
Lich, so I
his
don't care.
Masquerade musician outfit, and man, I wish I could grow a mustache like that.
It's magnificent.
Oh, it's beautiful. Plus, as always, all the masks and outfits from previous years will also be returning to the store. You'll even be able to find a few
Not buying that
masks and bundles for Killer and
I'm
Survivor.
not buying those
And for
two.
anyone who may have missed Twisted Masquerade last year, we'll also have a bundle with rewards from that. So the Unknown outfit, the
Doesn't
player
fit my
cards,
taste.
and all that will be available in the store on June 25th with the start of the event.
Okay, so is there going to be any like fantastic sales happening as well?
There might be. So we're going to be doing 30% off almost everything in the store for outfits released before the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter.
Okay.
On top of that, we'll be doing 25 to 50% off almost all the characters. And as Justin mentioned, if you find a character you like during the free trials, it's a great time to pick them up and add them to your roster.
Okay. All right. So, and as obviously, we kind of touched on it. Brace yourself. This is a bit emotional. But after this, the party will be over. It'll be our. I know.
Thank God. I'm tired of the masquerade. I want it to
Don't
end.
leave me.
Let's keep it together. But we're gonna be okay because
It's been here too
before
long.
we
How many
close
years
the
have we
curtain,
been
we've
doing the
got
masquerade?
Other things happening right before, right?
Like
That's
4
correct.
years or
On
something?
June 17th, we have our highly
Counting
anticipated
this year?
Five Nights at Freddy's chapter releasing, and along with it,
I
the
have
Five
over
Nights at Freddy's
500
collection.
masquerade
Now,
flashlights.
as you know, Dave and Matt already revealed one of the outfits at PAX.
I'm gonna
but
have,
we
like,
got a few more to show off today that no one's seen quite.
800 of them.
But in case you did miss PAX, first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Second of all,
There's
we
the
saw that
movie
we revealed
skin.
our Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit for our
I'm
new
not
Killer
buying that
Springtrap.
one. I don't
this
like
is an
it.
incredible outfit from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie that features the likeness of Matthew Lillard, who played William Afton on screen before the Springlock accident. That really
Not
turns it
using
into
that
Springtrap.
one. No
Now,
offense.
this outfit has original voiceover
to
from Matthew Lillard,
the actor
was
dude.
recorded just for Dead by Daylight, as well as some special voiceover and animations in the lobby.
Okay, I cannot wait to get my hands on that. But are there going to be other
You
versions
like- well,
of
if you
Springtrap
like it,
coming
that's
to the pod
okay.
as well?
There is. We also have a
You don't have
Glitch
to
Trap
agree with me.
legendary outfit for Springtrap. Now, Glitch Trap first appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's
Ooh.
called Wanted.
Okay, I'll
and the
buy that
sequel,
one.
Wanted 2, where he played a very crucial role in the story. So it's amazing
I'll buy
to have him
that
as
one.
part of this collection. And as an added bonus, for both legendary outfits,
It's the
you
Glitch
unlock them,
Trap.
You'll receive a portrait badge of those characters as well. So a Glitch Trap portrait badge for Glitch Trap, and a Yellow Rabbit portrait with Matthew Lillard's
That's
likeness.
Glitch
You can
Trap
buy
from
that as
Help
well.
Wanted.
We also have two very rare outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game, which are Clown Springtrap and Toxic Springtrap.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Now, Clown Springtrap.
Ooh,
is
that
pulled
one looked good.
pretty much
I
straight
like
from the
that
game,
one right
looking
there.
Just
That-
like fans will remember him.
Ooh, that one's
we put our
awesome.
own twist
Look at
on
that.
Toxic Springtrap. to
I
really
like
make
that
FNAF
one and
own.
the Glitch Trap one are the two
But
I
that's not
really
all.
like.
For the survivors out there who want to show their love for FNAF, there will be Freddy Fazbear's T-shirts available for
The
all
clown is
original
creepy
survivors.
looking.
You can buy them individually or bundled together at a discount.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
like the
great.
purple
I
one
mean,
and the
I
glitch
love,
trap. Those
like,
are the two I
shirts
like the
especially
best.
because it gives them this nice, cool, casual look.
I would buy
And I
all
think
of them, but the
because
movie
of that,
one.
It's why I love the
I
next
don't like the
collection
movie
you're gonna be
one.
talking about.
Casual is a great way to describe it because this outfit, this collection is simply called
Dwight
the
is
Casual
not a spring
Collection.
trap.
And as the name implies, it focuses
Dwight
on
is the
streetwear,
unknown.
casual clothing, letting us add more variety to characters who've kind of been stuck with one look in the past. So, for example, a guy like Gabriel, who's often portrayed
he's showing off
space-themed
a
outfits, we finally gave him something more
Freddy
casual,
shirt.
show a different side of his character.
Looks so good.
He's
It
a
was a
handsome
Dwight
man,
with the
isn't he?
Freddy shirt
Handsome
on.
man.
Handsome. On top of Gabriel, we also have outfits for Tori, who will be taking a break from her cult robes.
That looks so good.
One I know you're very excited about, which is Talita, who is getting some pants and escaping her shorts and skirt purgatory that she was in for a bit there.
Talita mentioned, yes, pants!
Thank you, Eric. We love pants.
Pants!
Chat, spam pants emotes.
Yeah.
I don't know if those exist. And finally, we have an outfit for Hattie as well. And this collection will be hitting the store on July 2nd, right at the start of summer.
I cannot wait. Obviously, I'm very excited for pants.
Hi, Fluffy.
Pants. But with that, I mean, especially because like with the pants, I get to be nice and comfortable while I'm hanging on the hook. I mean, I'm gonna be there anyway, so I might as well be comfortable, right?
It'd also be awkward if you were on the hook with no pants.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad, Hollis. But we also want the killers to be nice and comfortable as well while they're slaying and putting people on hooks, which reminds me why we're bringing up the Boulet Brothers collection, which will be joining the Fog on July 8th. Coming in with a very rare for the Huntress and a legendary for the Artist.
That's right. And since the artist outfit is
I like the
legendary outfit
Huntress
inspired
one
by the Boulet
better.
Brothers themselves,
I don't
buying
like
that
the
one will
artist
get you
one
an
that
exclusive
much.
Boulet Brothers themed portrait badge.
Yes, can't. Oh, I'm so excited to get my hands on that.
Show the art. Show the Huntress
oh,
one.
sneak preview.
Well, I mean, this is the best segue because we're going to be talking about a fan favorite returning.
Yes, that is right. The Waterfront Massacre Collection is back. And for anyone out there who doesn't know what the Waterfront Massacre Collection is basically Day at the Beach gone terribly, horribly wrong for our characters. This time around, we have outfits for Elodie, Orella, Ace, and the Xenomorph. So Elodie and Orella are
Xenomorph.
both getting some sun and nice beach wear we thought each of them would enjoy. And then there's Ace, who is doing the same, but in a more classic Ace fashion. And his outfit is something special.
It's very special.
He's rocking a leopard print Speedo and what seems to be a very short robe. And don't worry, to all the people out there, I can hear you typing in chat. I can confirm this outfit is mix and match. So you can go ahead and make those Speedos a part of whatever outfit you like. If you want to put it with the top hat from the Alice in Wonderland collection, you can.
Are they going to
We're
give
not
him
gonna
a
stop you. That's called fashion.
California Girls emote?
Finally, we worked closely with 20th
To go
Century
with it.
Games on our take of an aquatic xenomorph. It's inspired by
Ooh,
kind of
that
an
looks
anglerfish
cool.
look, and
I
we're
like
really
that.
happy with
That's
how
the
it
best
turned
one
out.
I've seen
Very
during
creepy,
this segment.
very cool, and honestly, would not want to run into that while swimming.
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely
I don't even
not.
play
And you
Xeno,
can
and I might
expect the
buy it.
Waterfront Massacre Collection, as well as Ace's Speedo, to be available in the store on July 16th.
I already know a very distinct group of people that were playing nothing but Ace Visconti during 2v8, and they're going to be wearing the hell out of that Speedo.
Yeah, so these collections, we have Pants Gang and No Pants Gang now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, choose your size. But thank you so much for joining me on the couch to talk about all the latest collections that'll be coming into the Fog. I'm super excited, and it was great to have you, Hollis.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
It was so much fun. So next, I'm going to be on the couch here with Eric for all of our Dead by Daylight creators out there to talk about the Creator Program. So stay tuned.
Creator program. I turned down the sound because they like to blast the music. You know that Xenomorph looks very Lovecraftian. The deep ones. It's a very deep ones feel to it. Thank you, Kodak. I love all of you too. I love all my wonderful viewers. While we're waiting, let's check and see if they pushed the PTB yet. Nope.
We're back. How about them pants?
If there was no sound effect, that would be so funny.
Yeah.
Solomon
New
Grundy wore
stream
pants too.
capabilities, the technology is amazing. Just a quick note, I did see people, they thirsting for whatever the Hattie cosmetic is. We just didn't have an image for it, I'm sorry. So please just stay tuned a little longer. It's great. All right, now we're gonna talk about the creator program. So, at PAX a few weeks ago, as we've said a couple times, we did a big stream there. We did mention there's a new creator program on the horizon with more details on the next stream, which is this stream. So let's do that. It's today, so we've got more details to share. So, the current creator program, as you probably know, is called the Fog Whisperers. They're an amazing group of people that I've gotten to meet a bunch of now. Very thankful for that. They're awesome. They're content creators on all things Dead by Daylight, and it's while many of those relationships are going to continue for sure, it's also time that we're going to open the door to new folks. This is something we've heard a lot of. How can I get into the program? So that's what we're going to start doing. So for starters, we're actually going to retire the name Fog Whisperers. So that crew remains in the stratosphere as the Fog Whisperer Pantheon. And we're rebranding it as the Dead by Daylight Creator Program. Yes.
Yes, but don't worry, for anyone wondering, most Fog Whisperers are still staying on with us as pillars of our new creator group. So do not worry about that. And on top of the new name, actually, the goal
They
of our
kicked
creator
Dowsy
program
out.
is
They
to
kicked
make
True
partnering with
Talent
Dead by
out.
Daylight even easier and better for the creators involved.
But then they kept in
We're
people like
expanding the
Morph.
benefits
Like,
attached to working
they
with
really
us, and we're
ruined the
welcoming
reputation of the Fog
an
Whisperers.
even wider range of personalities and content focused on the game. So if you're a creator,
Like
you've
when
always wanted to work with Dead by
kicked
Daylight,
Dowsy out,
now
that
is
was
the
like,
time
to me
make
that was the
happen.
straw that broke the
Yes,
camel's back.
So some benefits that we're being explicit about that Dork mentioned include opportunities like access to live events, like PAX we were just at, giveaways for your communities, and new ways to engage with the game, like getting regular updates on major releases before anyone else gets those updates, early access opportunities to stream and capture content, and even be featured in our content, like on streams like today. So we're going to be testing out something other than that, which is really cool because I get to work directly on it, called Support a Creator program. It's a program within a program, I suppose. But your Support a Creator has become kind of a industry standard thing you might be familiar with. It's a chance for you as the community of a streamer or YouTuber or whatever, to support your favorite creator with your purchases in the game. You don't need to pay any extra, but you put in their creator code and they get a cut of the Oryx cells that you're buying in Dead by Daylight. So we're gonna do a little pilot of that, see how it goes. If it goes well, we do hope to roll it out wider and larger. Oh yes, it wouldn't be a creator subject without Twitch shirts.
We got to talk about Twitch shirts.
Whew, Twitch shirts. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking of Twitch shirts.
Hot sweats.
Hot sweats. Well, that's just me anyway. Okay, so Twitch shirts. Twitch shirts has become a big thing, as you know. It was never meant to become a big thing, but also wasn't well defined. How do I get them? Why does that person get them? I don't get them. And I think those are totally fair questions. And actually, we wanted to tie it to the launch of this new creator program, so it was very clear. Here's the guidelines to get in the creator program.
How about
You get in the
YouTube
creator
shirts?
program, you get a Twitch shirt. So that's the new way of getting the Twitch shirts. The old throwing them out randomly method has been retired for now, at least. So if you get into the new creator program, you will be rewarded with a lot of things, but also a Twitch shirt. So I think there's a note on that. So we're going to be granting the upcoming Twitch shirts for our next original Survivor to the creator program folks, and anyone who already has Twitch shirts, you get to hold on to the ones you have.
Oh yeah, you know when they kicked Dowsy out of the Fog Whisperers, they took away his
So,
shirts.
If you're interested in
Like,
adding your
how
voice to
petty.
our
They
community
took
of
away his
creators,
Twitch
our
shirts.
new Dead by
Isn't that the
Daylight creator
pettiest shit you
program
ever heard
website
of?
is now live,
All because
where
he
you
gave
can
them
go
a
ahead
little
and
bit of
input
criticism,
conduct
and they
find
couldn't
out
handle a
how
little
you
bit of
can go ahead and fill the
criticism.
form to apply to get yourself
Kicked him out,
submitted
took
into
his
the
shirts
program.
away.
So the link should already be pinned in chat.
Yep, and our creator team,
And
which
they
is
ruin-
kind of a
and they
sister
ruin
team to
their-
our
they
team.
just
It's not
ruin
us.
their
They're gonna be at
reputation on that.
TwitchCon EU. That's short for Europe. And just from May 31st to June 1st in Rotterdam. So you can go chat with them in person and get more details. Make sure that they become aware of you. What does that
Introduce
mean? What a
yourself.
weird. Thank you, English. I'm just
Yeah,
learning
that's
English.
what they want right now. If
But
you
also a really cool thing
if
we're
you
doing
don't
at
if
TwitchCon is
you have to be a
sponsoring
cheerleader.
the
If you're not a
Horror Games
cheerleader,
community
you
meetup.
get kicked out and they take
We
your
attended
shirts
it
away.
last
Like
year at TwitchCon North
F
America.
you.
It was
You can't
super
take a
dope. I
little
got
bit
to
of
go and meet a bunch
criticism.
of you cool creators.
I don't want to be a part of that.
But now it's sponsored by Dead by
Like
Daylight.
I,
which is
that's
kind
why I
of
don't
fitting,
trust
so you can
fog
go and
whispers. If
enjoy
you're a fog
that and
whisperer,
meet
I
some of
don't
the team
trust
there.
anything you say.
Okay.
Because
enough
I know
about
what
creators.
happens if you don't toe
Let's
the
answer
line.
some questions from
You
the
get kicked
community.
out and they take your cosmetics
Let's do a
away.
Q&A. Nope, sorry. One more thing we're going to do. We're going to talk about the stats tracker I mentioned at the top of the show.
Yes, the stats.
This sounds. The stat tracker sounds
It's a live
interesting.
stream, folks. It's a live stream.
Going insane.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to be debuting a new feature that you guys have been asking for a long time, which is the official Dead by Daylight stats tracker. So for anyone who knows the game, a lot can happen over the course of a trial. You can boon a totem, get hooked. You could get a pallet stun, get hooked. You know, there plenty of things happen.
Including getting hooked.
And so, especially. So players have always wanted to know more information about their matches, and this website is going to be the key to getting you that information.
And what I should have done at the start of this, Emil, get ready. I should have said stats tracker and then air horn. So I'm going to try it.
I wonder if you're going to
Stats
be able to
tracker!
do like Marvel Rivals and look a person up and see what their stats are.
Yes. We're in the 21st century. Stats are being tracked
like,
as
can I
far back
bring
as
up
September
odds and
1st,
look at odd
2020.
stats?
That's just a limitation.
Or
on
can I
the
only
data
see
that we
my
have.
own stats?
So we're going back to September 1st, 2020. So you'll be able to see your own personal journey in Dead by Daylight. A random person just walked in the room, and all your milestones over that time. The team has been looking at it, actually approaching it like a fitness app, which I think is a cool approach for killers and survivors, which I think would keep you fit, actually, if you're one of those things.
Well, I mean, survivors run all the time.
Yes, yes. So it should be a fun way to track your personal progress.
Yeah. The Stats Tracker website is going to launch on June 17th, and you'll be able to access it either on desktop or mobile.
17.
So it's super simple to use, and all you'll need is a behavior account with at least one platform you play Dead by Daylight linked with it. You can also link multiple platforms with cross progression and combine all your stats from wherever you play the game. There's the general statistics page at the start where you can see your global stats like hours played, specific play time and matches, total matches, and more. You can also switch between the main stats for killer and survivor.
Yes, select one and you'll be able to see things like who your most played characters are, who your top characters are for each role. You can dive in each character and dig into details like emblems, average blood points earned, and even more than that.
Yeah, so we'll also be showing you super useful details like what your top perks were, both in terms of your pick rate, your kill or escape rate. You can also see which perks really drive the most success for you and the way you play the game.
Yep, and a few more things you might be wondering about. The site will be super current, so meaning your match history will update almost immediately after a match is finished in the game. So stats also refresh every 24 hours, meaning where to go. Yeah. If you link a new platform, which some people may be doing, it could take up to 24 hours before you start seeing those platform stats in the tool. And finally, it could change in the future too. This is a first iteration, as with most of the things we put out. First iteration, then we build on it. It's going to focus on 1v4 matches and major seasonal events like Blood Moon, Anniversary, Halloween, and the winter event. And as of now, custom matches won't be counted in your stats, but we're going to be looking at adding limited time events like Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, and even 2v8 in the future down the road.
I can't wait with Chaos Shuffle for it to tell me how many times I got no mither. I would love that. And like with everything we do here at Dead by Daylight, the stats tracker is something where, as Eric said, we're going to be building on. So there's already a ton in there that we wanted to make sure that is available for players. But if there's anything you want to see added, feel free to let us know on socials so that we can let the team know and see about updating it for the future.
So keep an eye out for more info. We're very close to that release. It's actually going to release alongside this chapter
Ooh, the PTB's
scheduled
up.
for
I'm
June
installing it
17th
now.
of this
It's
year,
up.
by the way. So a couple weeks.
If
So
you want
only a
to
couple weeks
play,
away,
start
and
updating.
as I tried to transition to before, why don't we do a Q&A?
It's up.
Some Q&As.
Yeah, let's jump to it. I don't know if we have. Do we have a card thing?
1% complete.
2 minutes. Oh.
2% complete.
Okay, we're close to PTB time, so we're gonna zoom. Okay.
Close.
We
It's already
have
live.
2 live streams in 1 month.
It's already
5 Nights at
live.
Freddy's anniversary. We know you've got. Oh Jesus.
Okay, Shimizu.
Sorry, I'm reading what was written
Public.
for me.
Public
here's the
test
actual
build is what
There
it
have been
stands
complaints
for.
about cheats and
the
hackers in the
test
game
server.
at the moment. Is there something you can say about how you're addressing this?
The war against cheaters and hackers is a long-standing one, and that's for sure. And while it will always be there, there are definitely steps that we are taking to resolve this as much as possible. So
Go to
during
Steam.
the,
if you play on
upcoming months,
PC
can
and you want to
expect
hang
receive
out with me
clear
and
game
test it,
rules,
go to
code of
Steam
conduct, and regular updates
and
on our war
switch your
against
game
cheaters, as
over to
well
the
as
PTB.
strengthening our anti-cheat protocols. That's not all that we're doing, of course, but there will also
I'll
be
be
other
doing
things that we
custom
can
matches
discuss
because the queue
as
time
we
will
get
be
more
ridiculous.
closer to
It's
that. We'll
always
give you more
ridiculous.
information on, and we don't want to be giving cheaters and hackers.
I'll play against anyone who wants to,
roundabouts
plus
for our
bots.
protocols.
We'll play
Yeah, we can't
Spring
give
Trap
them that
against
peek behind the
bots
curtain.
and anyone who wants to
Cheaters are
join.
losers. Yesterday, the developer update went live explaining.
You're gonna
the
see
Go Next
gameplay when I
prevention.
load
How
the
does this affect
when the
survivor
I
perks
switch to
that
the
allow you to
PTB,
get off the
Jason.
hook?
I've said it
And
like
how
5
will
times
the feature
now.
prevent survivors leaving the game early, abandoning their teammates?
So Go Next, otherwise known as giving up on the hook early in the match. Firstly, it ruins the match for everyone involved on the survivor team and the killers, because sometimes they have things that they've got to do too. So frustration
15%.
around this has been very high as of late, and with the
All right,
test
have a good night,
happening in the
Shimizu.
PTB, the chance to get off the hook early in the match will be removed unless you have perks or offerings that affect this. Deliverance and Wicked will stay the same, and their activation conditions have not changed. For example, playing for the hatch. So when 2 survivors are left, and the survivor that is hooked will try to allow themselves to die faster, so that the other person can get the hatch. That is still going to happen in the game as well.
All right. With the bulk spending option, so another awesome quality of life feature coming with this release, will we be allowed to choose what items that we can spend our BP on?
So in this iteration, you could actually choose how many levels you'll want to spend your blood points on. So you can't currently choose that very specifically. And it's going to be done automatically. And you will
57%.
receive a pop-up that shows what was purchased after it's completed, and it's going to be very quick. So we will monitor the feedback
Okay,
on this
Shizu.
and see how it performs, and then we'll make some changes moving forward.
Oh, this one's for me. What is Eric's favorite animatronic? Ugh. So people who follow me might remember I put up a picture that my son drew that I thought was Shrek. And then I posted it, and people were like, "That's Springtrap, idiot!" And then everyone speculated Springtrap was coming to the game, which at the time I had zero knowledge of. But because of that, Springtrap for sure.
I'm at
is my favorite
74%,
animatronic
Trillo.
because I lived through some stuff with that. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I think for me it would have to be Freddy Fazbear.
Oh yeah, the classic.
You gotta
80%.
go with the classic.
Okay, are you going to continue with the quality of life, in particular the anti-slugging fix?
We are definitely continuing with the quality of life features that we advertised earlier this year. So don't worry about that. With this PTB, we'll be focusing on the Go Next feature, bulk blood point spending, and extreme hiding. Then in the upcoming
90%.
releases, we'll be focusing on phase 2 of the plan. So more information will be available as we head closer to that phase. But rest
Everything they're
assured,
talking
this is
about
still
now
a
has
very
already
large
been
focus for us.
announced.
This is very important, and we want to be very careful with making sure we're addressing issues in the correct way the first time.
Final question, where is
98%.
Maurice? If you're new to the game, Maurice is our beloved horse who happens to have 3 eyes and drips blood.
Yeah.
He's been missing from the game
Complete.
for a few weeks. And
All right, what they're talking about now
think
has
now
all been
is the time
announced,
to
is
let people
already
know.
up on their website, so I'm just
Yeah,
going
let
to
me
switch
know.
to the PTB.
he took a vacation to Japan. I'm serious.
Without me?
Without you,
I
without
said-
me,
we're
pretty
starting it.
selfish.
Yeah.
If you want a glimpse into his adventure in Japan, you got to play that new Assassin's Creed game.
Oh.
Yeah, Shadows.
Ooh, collab.
That's all I'm going to say. Go find out for yourself. Maurice will return soon, I hope.
Please come back.
So, that's it. You've listened to us yammer long enough.
All right. That's it.
I don't have a time, but I believe we're already past time, so PTB should already be rolling out. Thank you for joining us for our Five Nights at Freddy's official stream, and we hope you're as excited about the chapter as we are.
Yes, and from all of the requests, we know you probably are. So thank you so much for sitting here with us, and now it's time for you to go and play the live PTB and test drive Springtrap for the first time.
We've got tons more of amazing content coming your way this year, and the anniversary is also just around the corner, so stay tuned for good stuff to come. And creators, we hope to hear from you soon.
Yes, so thank you everyone for the welcome back to stream messages on Twitter. This is a live stream.
Yes.
dang it.
Adjust your gamma. Oh, they
but
added the gamma.
we'll be
Hey,
rolling out into the
was it
fog now.
Shimizu? I
Out
think you
there.
were the one that
Good
was
luck
like,
and hiding
I want a
and
gamma
hiding.
control.
Now let's get one more air horn right now. Thank you, everybody. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye bye. Look, the gamma slider. It's here. I won't have to use my filter anymore to control it. The sweaty people will definitely be picking a really high setting. I mean, there's people who, like, completely change the colors in the game just for a slight advantage, and it looks awful. I don't know how people watch those streamers. I wouldn't want to watch the stream if it looked that bad. Alright, let's do custom. Get myself kind of over here. Alright, Springtrap, where are you? There he is. Ooh, he looks good. I like it. They did a good job. Alright. Let's look at his power. Let's see what his powers do.
I'm back.
Help wanted. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. When the compromised generator is completed, your successful basic attack cooldowns are 25% faster for 60 seconds. Yeah. Ooh. What? I don't know. Well, I'm sure there's builds that could... I'm sure there's builds that could abuse this. But yeah, I would rather just use Stabiffle. And they got rid of stacking, right? Now if this would stack with Stabiffle, maybe it would be good. But I think they got rid of stacking, didn't they? If it can stack with Stabiffle, I would use it. I don't think it will, though. Phantom Fear. You've always had a reputation for startling unsuspecting guests. If it stacks, it might actually be really good. When a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream, and you see their aura for 2 seconds. So this is like, what was that Xenomorph perk? This perk has a 60-second cooldown. This is like, kind of like the Xenomorph perk, but... It's not as good as the old Xenomorph perk. Haywire. Exegate switches with at least 50% progress regress at a rate of 50%. Ooh, the gates are gonna regress. That sounds interesting. For Trapper, this would be really good. This would be a good Trapper perk. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gate lights flicker randomly. Ooh, that's interesting. Think how good this would be on Trapper, because you put how you trap the door. This is certain killers. This is going to be really good on certain killers. That's going to be really good. Interesting. Good if it stacks. Good if it stacks. Good on specific killers, and yeah. There's already a perk that's like this. Yeah, exactly, Garf. Trapper's gonna enjoy that. Let's read about his power. Special ability, Fire Axe. The animatronic is armed with a fire axe that can throw at survivors. The axe hits a survivor, the weapon becomes embedded in them, leaving the survivor vulnerable. Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. Oh, so if it they can't heal unless they take it out. Interesting. Can it down them, though, is the question. Because there's some abilities where it's like, they can get injured, but they can't be downed with it. I hope this can down them. If they can't down them, I'm going to be pissed. If this can't down people, I'm going to be pissed about that. But that sounds interesting. At the start of the trial, 7 security doors are spawned randomly throughout the map. These doors can be accessed by both survivors and the animatronic. And what they said on the live stream just now was, when when they run out of energy, the survivors can't use them anymore, but the killer still can. Springtrap can always use the doors. Each security door has a camera attached to it. Interacting with the door gives the survivor access to the camera view, allowing the survivor to cycle through every camera in the map, travel to the door they are currently looking through, and potentially reveal the animatronic's aura to the team. Using the cameras and doors too often will deplete the limited battery power available, forcing the survivors to wait until the system reboots. The animatronic may travel between the security doors with or without battery power. If the animatronic enters a security door, they may choose to exit from any other door in the map. Moving to a door already in use by a survivor will cause the animatronic to grab the survivor. So it's kind of like dredge and lockers. You know, if you're using a locker and the dredge targets it, then you get grabbed. It's the same thing, except cameras. They don't have any of the cosmetics up on the PTB. Can we look at this? Yeah. Can we look at the store on the PTB? Yeah, it doesn't show. So that's with his full, but they did a good job on the look. All right, anybody else want to join? I'm gonna do customs, and any of you are on the PTB, you can join. Oh yeah, the Mori. Let's look at the Mori. What does his Mori look like? Ooh, ooh, ooh! You get shoved into the. Oh. Hey, that's pretty good. I like that. You get shoved into the thing. I like it. That's good. They did a good job. All right. Until if any of you join, you can join. But for right now, until somebody wants to join, I'm gonna use. Oh yeah, add-ons. What about add-ons? Good. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's look at the add-ons. Faz coin. Upon throwing the axe, your terror radius is copied to the axe until it's reclaimed. You gain the undetectable status effect for 10 seconds. So it's you can trick people. 10 seconds. Is 10 seconds good enough? Interesting. So this is what he said about he's not going to directly be a stealth killer. Like, he isn't a flat-out stealth killer, but I guess stuff like this. So you could throw your axe to one spot and then sneak up, right? Like, I could see throwing the axe behind the survivors, and they think, oh, he's behind us. And then you come from the other direction. You know what I mean? Hi, Tammy. How you doing? And they think you're on the... They think you're... They're looking in the opposite direction, and then you sneak up, right? Molten metal. In the right hands, it's the key to immortality. Upon moving to a security door, windows and upright pallets within 16 meters of the destination door are blocked for 8 seconds. That's alright, but I don't think that's iridescent level strength. And it's okay, but I don't know. Is that really iridescent level good? It's good. I don't know. To me, I think that should be a purple. I don't know. That sounds purple level to me. Gaining control over the security doors is the key to getting the job done. Your axe gains the ability to travel through security doors and will exit straight through the connected security door. Oh, I could see that. That could work good with the Faz coin, maybe. You could combine these two and throw the axe through the door. Yeah, yeah, it'll come down to how many... I guess that's true. How many doors are they? Where are they located? Yes, the pizzeria. The celebration lasts all night long, or until no one is left. After an axe is embedded in a survivor, both you and that survivor gain 20% haste and vault 20% faster. This effect ends if the axe is removed, or if the distance between you and the survivor exceeds 32 meters. Interesting. 20% haste is a lot of haste. That's an insane level of haste. So this would be, I'll throw the axe at that survivor, but chase the other one over here. You know what I mean? Because that survivor will get faster. That's an insane level of haste. Yeah, how I would use that, I would hit one survivor with the axe, but then chase another survivor. And not the one that you hit with the axe if you were... Yeah, 20% is an insane amount. While within the axe's area of effect, pallets, breakable doors, and generators break 20% faster. This effect lingers for 5 seconds after leaving the area. I could see this getting some use. It's like a brutal strength built into your axe, basically. I can see that being used. While a survivor has an axe embedded in them, they gain the incapacitated status effect. Exit gates will be blocked for them. Ooh. Oh, he can keep you from leaving. Oh, that one's gonna get a lot of use. If the axe is in you, you gotta take it out before you can leave. You better not play around at the door. With Springtrap, you better not play around the door. Yeah, it's kind of like Victor. Yeah, exactly. Like Victor. Worn strings that are off-tune and liable to snap. Unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. While moving between security doors, the repair progress of the generators can be determined by the intensity of the auras. That's for a blue item. That's a decent item for a blue item. You'll know which generators you need to get to. I can see this being used. Depending on how well the doors are spaced out, this could see a lot of use. If there's lots of doors spaced out well, you use this, you can always know what gen you need to defend and and which door to get to it, right? Yes, there is a new map, Tammy. Chica's bib. A good way to keep Mr. Cupcake from making a mess. Survivors within the axe's area of effect gain the exhausted status effect for 5 seconds. That's good. I like that. I mean, imagine if you got hit by the axe. Like, this is going to be good against, like, the sprint burst I got booted out of there. Like against the sprint burst teams, you know, like how if you played much killer, you know how you'll see someone on a gen, you'll go to chase them, they got sprint burst, they run away. This would be a good way to stop that. Oh, why does he keep booting me out of there? Foxy's Hook. A pirate's hook that seems more menacing than playful. Players within the range of the axe's area of effect gain 10% haste for 6 seconds. What? Why would you want to do that? What? Oh, it says haste increases killer movement speed. Haste. Why does it say players? But then at the bottom it says... I don't understand this one. I don't know. If this boosts the survivor speed, that's dumb. Both? If it does both, then it's kind of like it's like Clown Bottle. I don't know how interested I'd be in this one, because it's not like the clown that can just spam them and stuff. Like, if Springtrap throws it, I guess you could use it to catch up. Yeah, I mean, if you're chasing someone, you throw the axe at your own feet so that you can gain. But, like, you wouldn't want to use it to travel across the map because you have to pick it back up, right? Like, if it wasn't for the fact that you have to pick your axe back up, this one would interest me. But, like, okay, I throw it, I get speed, and what? I leave my axe behind? Or I have to spend time picking it back up? One of the two? I don't know about that one. Gabriel trusted the wrong grown-up. Now he's the star of the show. Increases the axe's weight while throwing by 100%. So what does that mean exactly? Does that mean it goes faster? It goes farther? Like, how does this... What does the weight increase... I don't know. I don't understand how... What does that mean? What does that mean? Purple guy drawing. He only takes 10 seconds to draw. While a survivor has an axe embedded in them, any rushed interactions they perform reveal the aura to you for 4 seconds. That's kind of like that ghost phase perk, kind of. It just affects the trajectory. Yeah, it's kind of... This is kind of like the ghost phase perk. I am always invisible on every platform because I'm a streamer, Captain Shid. Office phone. He tried to leave messages as a warning. He didn't last long either. Referencing the phone guy. Survivors within 12 meters of a survivor with an embedded axe gain oblivious, and if injured, broken status. So the axe being embedded affects the other survivors around them? Huh. So could this be like a... This sounds like an anti-bully squad perk almost. I can see how bully squads would hate people using this. Because... Yeah, like Victor, yep. Bully squads will cry if you're using this, probably. The party never ends, no matter how much they beg. When an axe is embedded in the environment, increases its area of effect radius to 250% over 3 seconds. Decrease the duration of the area of effect by 50%. So the killer instinct thing will be in a bigger radius, but the duration is shorter. Increases the area of the killer instinct bubble. Taken from the Pirate's Cove, caught on the animatronic that lived there. It's the ripped curtain. When an axe hits a survivor, they gain the hemorrhage and mangled status effect for 70 seconds. Okay, so Sloppy Butcher, the axe has Sloppy Butcher now. Basically what that is. The badge comes with certain privileges for whoever carries it. When exiting a security door after a teleport, gain the undetectable status effect for 50% longer. That's alright. You're trying to be sneaky. Use that one. Employees would throw them over the rafters for a quick decoration. Increases the speed at which you travel through security doors by 20%. So kind of like the dredge. Because these doors are very dredge-like. That's my understanding of the doors. Kind of like how the dredge uses locker, except instead of the lockers, it's the security doors that spawn. And this, it just makes you get through the door quicker. Greasy paper plate. It sticks to everything it touches. No amount of soap can wash it off. Increases the time required for survivors to remove the axe by 10%. That's alright for a brown add-on. That's alright. We all need a little help sometimes. While winding up an axe throw, see a preview of the starting trajectory. Okay, this is like the nurse, kind of. People will probably use this when they're learning in the beginning. And then probably won't use it anymore once they get used to it. The lamination is peeling and crusty. How appetizing. The restaurant menu. Decreases the minimum time required to retrieve an axe embedded in the environment by 10%. That's a good brown add-on. Rotten pizza. Food poisoning is no laughing matter. Increases the duration of killer instinct from the axe by 50%. That's a good brown. I think the most interesting one is probably going to be this one. That the coin and probably this one. The this one makes it so you can't heal. You know, it stops more than just healing. Incapacitated prevents survivors from healing, repairing, sabotaging, cleansing, blessing, mending. So it's like Doctor, kind of like you know, when you're scared by Doctor, how you can't do anything. So you can't do nothing. You got to get that axe out. I expect this one to get used a lot. You can't do shit when you got that on you. All right. Where's the blood web? Wait a minute. Oh. Oh yeah, because I'm in the because I was in custom matches. You can't do the blood web because you get access to everything in the custom, right? Hi, Britain. All right, anybody want to join? Anyone wanting to join? Otherwise, I'll just put all bots in here if nobody's wanting to join. All right. Let's put his Haywire. I like the idea of this one. But what would I I'm not sure what I would use with Springtrap. I'll just put these on for now. Can we, what is it? Is there an offering for the new map? Oh, hey, this is new, isn't it? Shroud of Vanishing calls on the entity to nullify any offerings that would change the survivor's starting location. Is it in with this one? Did they put it in with this? Yeah, it's in the Withered Isle, so it would be this map. In customs, can you pick the can't you pick the specific map in customs somehow? I think you can. I don't remember how to do it. Options. Match management. Maps. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So we don't even need that. The perks. His perks are... I'll show it again. Help Wanted, which is... it helps you attack faster. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. When the compromised generator is completed, your successful basic attack cooldowns are 25% faster for 60 seconds. So it's like a stabiffle that triggers when a compromised generator is completed. I think this will, if it stacks with other things like stabiffle, I could see this getting used. Phantom Fear, this one I don't think it's kind of like the Xeno perk. When a survivor with your terror radius looks at you, they scream and you see their aura for 2 seconds. But it has an insane cooldown. 60-second cooldown. The cooldown is what ruins that one. This is probably the most interesting one, is Haywire. Exit switches with at least 50% progress regress at a rate of 50% of gate opening speed. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gate lights flicker randomly. I could see this being used by, like, Trapper. You know, how you can have builds where you trap the doors and whatnot. And, you know, the survivors keep trying to undo the trap and hit the door. And you keep stopping them. Use, like, the trap reset add-on, the iridescent stone. Trapper's gonna love that one. There may be other killers that will like that too. Alright, we're gonna play against bots. I'm not gonna queue up in a normal match because the queue time will be redonkulous. So we're just gonna test it on bots. If anyone wants to join, you can get in here. Yeah, that and the... Yeah, that's a bad part. And I don't like kicking gens, generally speaking, either. Why can't you, Captain? It doesn't matter if you're on PS5. We're playing Dead by Daylight. This ain't Marvel Rivals. Oh, you don't have the... Yeah, that's right. There's no PTB. I forgot. Yeah. There's one of the doors right there. Right behind me.
None of you stand a chance.
Okay, let's see. Let's try to hit that rock right there. So that's... You can see the bubble around it. How do I pick it back up, though? Oh, control to reclaim axe. It doesn't seem... It seems relatively fast. It has a kind of an odd arc to it. It'll take some getting used to. Yeah, it's a very heavy axe. Let's see if I do this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that would be good for throwing it over a wall, right? Like say I knew they were on the other side of this wall, right? Alright, let's test the door here out. Oh, this is kind of sort of like Xeno. Alright, so they did do what I was thinking, except with doors instead of vents. I was thinking do that, but with vents, but they... So basically, they did do what I was saying I would do. It's just through doors instead of vents. Alright, we need to find a survivor to hit him with the axe and see how this goes. Oh, and so you walk faster if you don't have the axe. Let's look at that. So, let's see how fast it takes me to go to the other end. So you can see how fast I'm traveling now. Yeah, and so you're a little bit faster without the axe. Oh, and you become... Oh, that's because... I think that's because of the iridescent. You see how I became oblivious? Because of the iridescent. Let's try and hit a bot with it. Yeah, we'll check the map out. I want to test his powers, though. Where's a survivor? You know, how... Because you're going to have to be relatively close, I think, to hit him with the axe. Okay, he went in... So that's the chase music. I'm not sure if I'm just bad at picking up the axe or if you have to wait a little bit to pick it up. There was somebody here. We're gonna get to the map one thing at a time, Jason. So, it should be easy to hit over a pallet, right? Bots in there, wall hacks. Yeah, it'll take some getting used to on the axe. It's gonna be good on pallets, I think. Seems like you can't... Either I'm bad at picking it up, or you can't immediately pick it up. One of the two. I like how he laughs when you start to use the axe. Oh, he doesn't kick. Interesting. I was expecting him to kick. He doesn't kick. So she's got the axe in her now. Oh, you can see the axe moving. It tells you right where they're at. So you always, if the person has the axe in them, you always know where they're at. Oh, that's good. And so, because that add-on, she can't leave. It's going to be really good in the end game. Let's see what the hook animation looks like. Interesting.
Here.
All right. Well, on the next one, we'll check the map out. See what the map looks like. The session has expired. What? Come on, behavior. Your PTB is crapping out. He does look good. I like his powers. I think I'm gonna main Springtrap. How you doing, Mozzie? The game's not loading. It's not loading now. Come on. Is the PTB broken already? There's a lot more to it than that, Alvin. Like, knowing where the survivor is when the axe is in them is a big thing. They can't hide from you. It'll make chasing good. You get faster when you don't have the axe, so you're gonna catch up quicker. It'll prevent them from being able... If you have the right add-ons, it'll prevent them from leaving the map and other stuff. I think he's going to be add-on dependent. So, he's going to be kind of... I think he's going to be kind of like Michael Myers. In that, he's going to be, yeah, dependent on add-on. How good he is going to be dependent on what add-ons you use. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, it died. Well. The PTB is having issues. So by default, the axe has a killer instinct effect in that bubble around it. And when you don't have the axe, you move faster. It can do more than that depending upon what add-ons you use. Like, evidently, if you have the axe in you, you can't do shit. It's like, it's kind of like Doctor's ability. When you become scared, you can't heal, you can't do gens, you can't do this and that, and... you can't leave the trial if you have that one add-on. You can't leave the trial. So that I'm guessing that one add-on's gonna get used a lot. The that bag or whatever. I think he's slightly slower when he has the axe. Their PTB is broken, I guess. I wonder if it's just too many people trying to play. So I got in kind of early. I spotted the PTB live before their stream ended and before they announced it. Well, that might be the limit for right now. Might be all we get to see for the moment. I'll wait a little bit and see if it comes back. If not, then I'm gonna take a break, go to the gym, get some lunch, and then I'll come back later. And if it doesn't come back here soon, I'll take a break. I'm gonna wait a little while and see if it, I'll wait a little while and see if I can get it to go. You got in? Okay. Oh, here it goes. I think. Because so he's kind of anti-loop in my opinion, right? Because he's got the axe that he can throw across pallets and whatnot. Are you on the PTB, Garf? Huh. I can't connect. All right, I'm gonna restart the game again. You understand that that Springtrap is possessed by the spirit, the ghost of William Afton. Hmm. All right, let's restart the game. Restarting. So, oh, here's the question I have. Can the axe down you? It can definitely injure you, but can it down you? Now, if it can't down you, that would really ruin my opinion of the character. Or of the power, anyways. The axe better be able to down. If it can't down, that's... Because here lately, they've added, like, they've been doing lots of stuff where, like, things can't down you. You know, the ghoul can't down you with his power. Legion can't down you with his power, etc. Alright, it's working now. Alright, going to Freddy Fazbear's. Playing Springtrap.
This will be entertaining.
You know, with those doors, he might be a good contender for, like, barbecue and chili or something. Yeah, the loot bag. I think the loot bag is going to be really popular. Garf made it. Anybody else want to join? They let you. They basically let you teleport across the map. The survivors have an extra interaction where they can look through the cameras. I don't know if the killer can look through the cameras or not. Hello, Echo. All right, just there we go. Hi, Leon. Cerberus is getting kicked out. Hello, J-Dog. How you doing? My name in the game is Swanzo space YouTube. Okay. The map is loading slow. Yeah, I can boost it. Disconnected. Finding server. The PTB is having issues, it seems. Thank you, Mozzie. Well, if we can get if we can get the game to load. All right, we'll get you in, Cerberus. Disconnected. He is having problems. All right, let me kick one of these bots out. Yeah, I did too, Garf. Alright, I see 3. What? Or no. Did you send it through Steam? Let me check Steam. Steam is being stupid. There we go. I don't see a friend request, J-Dog. How? Oh, you sent it. Oh, you have to be on PC to play. To play on the PTB, you have to be on. You have to be on PC, J-Dog. We're on the PTB. Alright, go ahead and ready up, everybody. See if we can get this thing to go. Hi, Evil Brush. Trying to connect. Is it gonna work? From the PTB? I saw a new offering I hadn't seen before. Please load.
You will not be spared. You will not be saved.
See, this is what the, this is how the doors work. And then you pick what door you want to go to, see? Oh, the doors are all by gens, it looks like. Are relatively near a gen. You can see the gens, too. So maybe that one add-on that blocks the stuff where you come out at is, maybe not so bad. It might actually be good. It seems like they're all near gens. So it seems like,
Here.
Let's get this out of the way. Let's go inside and see what the inside looks like. Pretty fast bears. This is the front. Can you vault with that? Yeah, you can vault. So it's kind of also like the crows, kind of. For the survivors, there's a limited amount of energy. I'll throw an axe at you on the... I should use the, Oh, where'd my axe... Where'd the axe go? Oh, it's back. Okay. So there's a limited amount of energy. See, there's an endoskeleton. I think that's the one from the Mori. You see something like this in the Mori. There's kind of a higher area. Oh, look, the animatronics are on stage. Where's the cupcake? My cupcake. You got an axe in you, chica. You can still do it? The prompt just isn't there? That's funny. They removed the prompt, but they didn't remove the ability to do it. Yeah, so... You can't immediately pick it back up. I wonder if do I have to be near it? Can I be on the somewhere else and pick it up? Let's see. See, he goes a lot faster when he doesn't have the axe. Oh, you don't have to be near the axe to pick it up. All right, that makes it a lot better. Oh, you don't have to be near it. I thought you had to be near it, but you don't have to. Oh, that's so much better than I thought it was. Yeah, it's like Thor's hammer. That's good. I thought you had to be... I was like trying to walk over to it and pick it up. But you don't have to do that. That's good. So, and you don't have to go to lockers to reload, so that's good. So no, you don't have to worry about getting your axe back at all. That's nice. No reloading or any of that. Yeah, you can down. Yeah, we just found out you can down with the axe, so. And so you can traverse the map. So he has map mobility, right? 'Cause he can, and it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast to travel through the door. Yeah, I'm gonna main spring trap. And it do you slow down when going to throw? If you do, it's not by much. Nerf pig? No. Leave piggy alone. I play pig. Nerf my piggy. And so you're gonna see a lot of that. So he has an anti-pallet power, right? Pallets aren't gonna be safe against him. Hi Delav, how you doing? And I'm gonna try the weighted add-on and then the add-on that shows you the arc to see what that looks like. And look, you can see, you know where they're at when the axe is in. You know where they're at all times until they get rid of the axe. And that's really nice too. He's good. I think he's gonna be an A tier killer. He's not gonna be S tier. I think he's I think he's gonna be an A tier. Yep, I've broken some stuff. Well, I didn't break a wall. Let's try breaking a wall. I tried gens and pallets. How much? I guess another question is how much stuff can his axe go over the top of? like on Haddonfield, how there's all the cars and stuff. I'm assuming his axe will go over that stuff just fine.
You will see.
All right, come unhook. Come unhook Garf and let's Mori Garf or something. I want to see what the weighted one does. You want to be Mori'd? Garf. It's kind of tummy Garf. Guy in the kitchen. Our Oh, I didn't. Oh, I forgot. I didn't bring a Mori. I didn't bring the Mori. All right, the next map will bring the Mori. Then I forgot to bring it. All right, let's. You know what? Yeah, let's just let's restart and. I want to see what those other add-ons do exactly. And I'll bring a Mori too. Oh, we lost Cerberus. Alright, let's... Where's the weighted...
The darkest pit of hell
What
is
was
open
that?
for business.
Oh, I want to try that one too. This haste one? Let's... Yeah, which one? Was it this one? Dosted... Waits axe. I want to see this haste one and the axe one. Oh, it's just joined back. I don't know. The PTB's acting goofy. Being able to... So he's got mobility. He's got anti-looping ability. And depending on what add-ons he brings, he has other things. Oh, let me try and invite you then. And I wish I could bring 3 add-ons. I also want to try out that, what was the other one I wanted to try out? Are you on the PTB, Evil Brush? If you're on the PTB, you can join us. We're just waiting on Cerberus. What's the other add-on I wanted to try? Oh, the brown one that shows you the arc or whatever. That one will probably be good for learning purposes. And we need to find somebody wanted me to kick a wall down. Oh, I forgot the Mori. God damn it. I forgot it. Oh, well, we'll get it Mori on the next one. I want to see what this weight... Look at this. Who is this? Why did the Withered Isle all have the poop popcorn? It felt like it was faster to me. It feels faster. Oh, you got kicked? Okay. I want to put this axe in you, Garf, and see how fast we run. Because it says the killer and the survivor both run faster. Oh, I missed. Yeah, this is going to be good for hit one person but chase the other one. Look how fast we're going. I need to find a door to kick down our wall. Are there any? I don't know if there are any walls on this map. Can't throw the axe when you're carrying somebody. You think it's bugged? In what way do you think it's bugged? Bots will get you back up. I think I'll have to read it. I think there's a linger amount, and the range is really big. It's like 36 meters or something. Yeah, the weighted axe would be good for throwing it over walls. Oh, I know. I mean, no. It's the opposite. It's if you get out of range, I think it goes away. I think. This is his kick. So the gens he actually kicks, but the pallets he doesn't kick. He smashes them with his hands. Let's go. Let's see what happens when we both go inside. That's what happens. You see me get Steve? Oh, you're Steve? Garf is Steve. In some ways, he's better than Huntress. In some ways, he's not. So, he doesn't have to reload. He just gets the axe. He can just get the axe back every whatever, however long it is. So you don't have to worry about reloading, but you only get one at a time. Once you throw it, you can't. Right? So right now I can't throw it until I get it back. Now I can throw it again. He has more mobility. Whoops. He has more mobility than Huntress. So he can get across the map faster than Huntress. So I would say in some ways he's better than Huntress, in some ways he's worse. The worst would be like the Huntress can kind of spam axes, right? Springtrap can't spam them. Gens can spawn inside the building. Yeah, he doesn't have the range that Huntress does. That's another. Yeah, that's another thing. If he slows down when he aims, he doesn't slow down much. I'm having a hard time telling if he's slowing down. Now, and he goes faster. He goes faster when he doesn't have the axe. I can put that out there. Right now I have the weighted axe equipped. But we'll equip the Mori and try it and a couple other things. I want to try that brown add-on that shows you the arc. Did you see that? Did you see that grab animation? I wonder if it's you can do that when he has the axe in them, I guess. Did you see how that worked? That's interesting. I wonder if that only happens if the axe is on them. He does a little jump scare animation thing. How can he get blinded? He's got robot eyes. I didn't know he did that. Kind of found that out on accident. I'm about to reset it and then we'll get Cerberus back in. So you're seeing it sitting around. So right then it didn't do the grab. I'm not sure what the rules are on doing that grab thing are exactly. Alright, let's, I'm gonna back out so that we can grab Cerberus and try those other add-ons. Yes, this is the PTB, Shaw. Alright, where's that brown one? There, see the trajectory? So this is what that poster says. After an axe is embedded in the survivor, both you and that survivor gain 20% haste and vault 20% faster. This effect ends if the axe is removed or if the distance between you and the survivor exceeds 32. And 32 meters is a pretty good distance. What are some of the others? So you can have brutal strength when near the axe. So this would be good in like killer shack chases and stuff. We need to try this one and see if it affects me and the survivors, or is this? It sounds like it's a clown. It's a clown bottle. I'm gonna try the thing to see the trajectory and the clown bottle add-on. Oh, and the Mori. Oh no! Oh, I was too slow. God damn it. Too slow. We saw it in the store. We'll get it equipped. We'll end up getting it. I'm curious how that grab thing works. You guys see that grab thing I did? His Mori is he uses an animatronic to kill you. Yeah, they also are putting in a glitch trap. What the hell was that just now? What was that? Let's try this one. Yeah, it's clown bottle. He has an add-on that gives him a clown bottle. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, we'll show the Mori. So, see this? It shows. See the add-on that shows where the axe will go. This is going to be good for learning purposes, having that. Did that make you go faster, Garf? I think it did. So similar to Clown, it affects both of you. I'm just testing the killer out, Master Kudos. I'm not like trying to win. I'm not worried about winning or losing. So you go through this in between. You go through the security office when you're teleporting. That's why we're playing on. That's why we're doing custom matches, Queens. If you want to play killer on the PTB, if you queue up, it's gonna be a really long wait.
Up you go.
Up you go. And so the nice thing, from what I've seen, one of the nice things about his teleport compared to, like, say, the dredge, is the doors seem to be spawned much more evenly across the map. Whereas, so one of my beefs about the dredge is that some maps have kind of locker dead zones. Where there's certain maps that, like, over in certain areas, there's no lockers to teleport to. Trapper's the worst killer. From a strength, from a how strong is he standpoint, Trapper. But Trapper's fun to play, though. So it depends on what you mean by it. Oh, I thought he was gonna. Yeah, it depends on what you mean by worst. Ooh, he must have like a pulse speed. Quick. I need to. There's a lot of add-ons that affect what the axe does. What is your brother's name, Evil Brush? I'm fine with his power. His power's good. It's not. He's not like he's not insanely strong, but it's basically an anti. So what does it mean when that happens? Does that mean somebody's in the middle? Let me try this. Every now and then I see like that electricity thing go off. What does that mean exactly? I'm not sure. Happy birthday, Asher. It's your birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I thought he went in the locker. I have to aim higher. Are you and your brother doing anything interesting for their birthday? So the add-on I'm really using right now is like a clown bottle. Yeah, so when he breaks pallets, he doesn't kick. But when he hits gins, he kicks. And I like this. See, you can tell where they're at and the axis in them. Yes, this with the pizzeria on the Unknowns map. So it's in. So there's realms there, and the pizzeria is in the same realm as the Unknowns map. So there's now 3 maps in the Withered realm. See, See, there went that static thing. I don't know what that static means exactly. Does it mean somebody went through the door? Does it mean they're using the camera? I'm not quite sure. Are you on the PTB, Quinn? Okay, yeah, you can join us. Yes, realms. This is a good update, South. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're so upset about. I think they did a good job. This is where having that one add-on would be really good. He has one perk that can make the doors regress. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Quins. Alright, we'll bring a Mori this time. And we can get Quins in. The cameras work as if you were Ghostface? And what happens when you do that? When you look at Springtrap, is that what's causing the electricity thing to happen? And what does it mean exactly? Content updated. So you spray it. Yeah, and so what does it do? He's got one perk that's good if it stacks. I don't know if it stacks. He's got the door... Oh, the game just flat out died. Like, what does revealing it... What does it do? Does it show an aura? Okay, it shows the aura. Alright. I wonder if it shows the aura for the whole team or just for you. Blood points you spend on the PTB only affect the PTB. Trying to get it to start again. Yeah, the PTB seems to be having issues. His power is centered around the axe. And so it's capable of doing a lot of different things. He's going to be a very add-on based killer. So depending on what add-ons you bring, it changes the axe quite a bit. Yeah, I'm not loading either. Yeah, it greatly differs based on what add-ons you bring. Like, there's one add-on that's really nice that's going to get a lot of use. It's called the loot bag. And if you get hit by the axe and it gets embedded in you, you basically can't do anything. It's kind of like being scared by the doctor when the axe is in you. So you can't leave the match. You can't use items. You can't heal. I don't think you can't do generators until the axe is removed. And that will be a really good one at end game, because like somebody's teabagging at the door, you hit them with the axe and then they can't leave and stuff like that. Then there's one that turns it into a clown bottle. There's a clown bottle add-on basically. There's other ones that, you know, cause you to become exhausted and other stuff. Hello, Andy. It's going pretty good. I think they did a good job. Oh, did they say that on Twitter or something? Oh, hi, Bonzi. Where's Freddy Faz? Where's my viewer whose name is Freddy Fazbear? I might be time for me to take a break and go to the gym. I'm gonna do another stream later tonight. You didn't want him to talk? I don't mind that he talks. I'm fine with that. I think he's a good killer. I don't think he's going to be overpowered, though. I think he's a good killer. I don't think he's going to be like... he's not going to be a nurse or a blight. I think he's going to be I would say A tier. He's got the ability. He's got mobility. He can travel across the map pretty quick to protect gens. He's got anti-loop and a lot of other things depending on the add-ons you bring and what have you. It's got a range component, right? So it helps with pallets and vaulting and what have you. And he doesn't have to reload. He's a short range killer that doesn't have to reload. He has some range. It's not like an extreme range. He doesn't have to reload axes and what have you. I'm about to say it's break time. We've been live about 3 hours. gonna load. Oh, that's looking promising. No! All right, I'm gonna take a break now. I need lunch and I need to go to the gym. So I will schedule another stream for later tonight on the PTB. So thank you for being here, everybody. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna be a Springtrap main. I'm gonna take him to P100. I'm gonna practice the hell out of him. The chasing was horrifying or terrifying. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a good day. If you're on later tonight, drop in. We'll be on the PTB again. See you later. Bye-bye. Love you all.